I guess so just to jump in here, the only thing I really have personally um was getting some 2x KO in.
Yeah, I also got some
which you did do as well. So yeah, that's a
So before we get into that, what we need to talk about, I briefly mentioned this on my stream like 3-4 days ago. We need to talk about a discussion that you and I had very quickly at the end of last week's podcast, where I joked during the podcast that if Teemo and Blitz got into the game at launch, I would take back everything negative I ever said about 2XKO and would in fact say, good game. I really like it. And I kind of jokingly said that, and we all had a good laugh. But of note is that I really, really meant it.
Yes.
I was not actually joking at all. I was so for real.
Yes. That was
and I have maintained that decision.
Yeah.
This is a really good game.
I knew.
This is a really, really good game.
I knew when you said it because I know that's your thing. And like, yeah, clarifying in case anyone thinks there's a bit there. It is not a bit. So yeah. This 2XKO now is out there.
Still terrible name though. Holy fuck, god awful.
Okay,
terrible name.
But here's what I'm gonna give you. Here's what I'm gonna give it. Right? Have you happy birthdayed someone to death?
I have not, but I have seen it.
When you happy birthday someone to death, which is when you kill both characters at the same time, the announcer pops up and says 2XKO, and it's like,
it's cute.
There it is. You killed both characters at the same time. And that's your little, Expedition 33 counters,
Yeah.
They said the thing. But so yeah, now we're here, we're playing the latest patch, latest update. Bunch of balance changes, bunch of damage changes.
Huge improvement over the last closed alpha.
It fucking rules. It's so fun, man.
It's really fucking great.
Fun. I love that at no part of this conversation do we have to mention netcode, because hey, guess what? It's been flawless the entire time.
You know what? We should.
Story.
We should though. I've played maybe 30 or 40 matches a day since the closed beta came out. I have not even seen a single frame of latency.
It's insane. It's insane how perfect the game just runs.
Literally perfect. It feels and acts local on every single fucking match.
I had a hiccup in the intro as a character as the intros were loading up, and there's like a sync issue there, and then the actual fight ran fine. Phenomenal. So everything on that is great. Completed the tutorial. You get your 2 tickets, so you go buy your 2 characters. And
then after a week you buy your 3rd character.
So it takes about 3 days of playing, it felt like, to get enough to buy your 3rd character. Really, extremely generous with the rate of coins or in-game XP to buy stuff with. Of note,
though, and this is really important to the game's later economy and complaining, is that the characters cost 10,000 credits, and 10,000 credits is the cap.
Right.
So you can stockpile enough money for 1 character.
You can stock up 1, which is what Riot did with their other games, right? That's
You know why they did that?
Yeah, so that you can't just eliminate the entire rollout process.
Well, that's what happened to League. People who started playing League at the beginning ended up stockpiling like 15 years worth of character unlock currency,
and so you never have to engage with any of the
and that's when the skin shit started to go crazy.
Yeah. So that's that. I get it. Even or Valorant, where they let you go a little bit above the number,
a little bit,
but not enough for 2.
Yeah.
But so here's it's about 10,000 currency to buy a character. But then, notably, about 7,000 to buy a color that you want.
Crazy expensive.
Yes.
A character is only 30% more than a color.
Because we want you to get the character and gameplay stuff easy, and we want you to spend more time getting your cosmetics or your little taunt of the
And
thumb.
also now that I have all the characters and there's no character on the horizon, I'm going to be spending the next 6,500 credits on the red color for Blitz.
There you go. I just didn't even buy Jinx because I'm like, I don't care, you know. But you get for people asking, if you do your dailies, you get about 2K, I'd say. So you know. Yes.
2XK.
Sure. Yeah, you get about 2,000 to 2,500 for doing a daily. So it's not that a day. Yes. So then on that. Okay, so I've basically just been playing with Vi and Alawi. And Alawi's as great as she's been. They made some changes or whatever, and all that's fine.
She's really strong.
She's strong. She's fun. The stuff they took away. There's some stuff she can do. Nothing much to say there. Vi is fucking great. Vi is a whole lot of fun, and she's all the things I want my boxer to do. And there's absolute gaps to her pressure, so you can't just do it all for free.
It doesn't feel like there are gaps to her pressure.
There are holes, and you can hit those holes. You know, you can blow her up if you know what she's doing is not real. But the ability to just dash in there and just put some fists on people is a whole lot of fun. It's very, very cool in particular that she has like Electric Wind God Fist style, like perfect charge, combo sequences. So you can swag if you want to swag and show off and do some fancier combos that like have harder to execute moves in them. But overall, they did something really smart with the game in this build, which is the damage standardization has become really, really tightened. So the problem last time around that people were having was how long it took matches to last and how long it took people to die.
Lasted so long. It was so fucking ridiculous.
And that things could get to a point where it meant that people didn't want to fight, because if I fight you, then I'm giving you more meter for next round and burst and that's bad. So why would I want to do that? So the whole thing, right? The incentive structure got fucked up. And this time around, they made a lot of changes to make sure that damage is much more complete and you could die a lot faster. So doing a normal, basic, anyone, universal bread and butter combo, like Magic Series, light, medium, heavy, special, move, launcher, light, medium, heavy, down to the ground, and special. Super. Like that will do like 40 to 45%.
It'll do a nice big fucking chunk.
Pretty reasonable. And so that means for the most part, you're playing a game where 2 touches is standard on a character's life bar before they die. If you get to 3 or 2 to 3 or so. If you start doing fancier stuff, you can definitely take that past the 50%. You can get up to characters up to 6 or 7 or so. Especially
you want to blow every single bar you've got and all your tags. Yeah, you can get up to 90% or a touch of death, but with 1 bar and you get super, super, super fancy, you're going from 40% to 60%. It's definitely good and you want it.
Yeah,
but it's not the cataclysm that is a basic combo in Street Fighter being a jump in to a low to a Shoryu to whatever Aki's fucking nonsense is.
Sure. But one thing remains the same is whether I do 70% damage to you or 51%, I got to touch you twice. So
3 times if you snuck some normals in there, or you dropped it,
or you jumped out and you started healing or something like that. So the flow of the game remains pretty consistent with that, and it makes it so that basic combos do high enough damage that you're gonna have matches go quickly, and then big fancy flex combos they do more, but they're not like so ridiculous that it's like you just don't get to engage with the game at all.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the big fancy flex combos that are still in there, and that there's still stuff that's very execution, that get execution heavy if you're feeling like a beast. they don't last 8 years.
Yeah.
They go quickly. I would say that they've shortened. Ari has gotten shortened on her combos, especially. Yasuo still has some really long ones. So he's got some extended shit that he can do, which I imagine we'll see how if they want to leave that in place or not. But generally speaking, the combos are a lot shorter and they do more damage, so the game is moving much faster, right?
Yeah, even if your opponent could style on you for 45 seconds, you're going to die before they could ever do it.
Mm-hmm. And then I would say, even if all of that too were not sort of doing it, the X Factor mechanic, the basically your Fury mode is now gonna just make the rest of the match like clean the fuck up. So you have a combo, you have a burst like you do in Guilty Gear when you're getting
Get off me,
right? And you knock them away. But when one of your characters is dead, that burst becomes Fury, which makes you glow red and just do a billion damage and a billion chip and take.
And if the burst could hit you in any way ever as part of the combo that you're doing, it'll wall bounce you and reset all the rules for juggling you in the combo. So your basic ass 40% bread and butter has now become a 75% basic ass bread and butter.
Also, while doing a combo on whether you're hitting or blocking, you can dash cancel it and then start doing new things again.
Doing stupid shit.
For spending some of that Fury meter. So basically what they did is they made it so that when one of your partners is dead, you have this rage mode that just makes the rest of the round go way faster. And you just get to the next round way quicker. And both players have it, therefore you see the turnover time on these rounds just way quicker overall. Either you're doing these extremely optimal super sick combos and taking out both characters, juggling them, and they die, or you're using Fury mode and cleaning the fuck up. And people are using so there's Juggernaut mode, which is like a single play character, no assists.
There was something you forgot to mention that's important before we get to Juggernaut, which is your meter for your supers resets every round.
Yes, true. So
there's no reason to ever keep your meter ever.
Spend all of the meter, because no matter what happens, round 2, you're going to start with that 1, and it goes back. Nothing carrying over. The burst carries over between rounds, but not meter. So they're encouraging you to not hoard, just use your shit. But burst you got to think about. And then
unless you're playing Juggernaut, which gets, you don't have any tags at all. That you're playing a fucking solo game, but you get rage mode every single round. And you start with 2 bars.
Yes. And in rage mode, of course, in this Fury mode, you can absolutely touch of death characters. When you're activated, you're so insanely strong and you have the ability to do that right off the bat. Not to mention your own character can go from a level 1 super into their own level 3 super. So all of this,
or a different level 1 depending.
Yeah. So all of this to say is they just made it so that like damage is higher and the game is faster. So you're just having these really fun interactions with characters as the screen is filling up and people are tagging and left, righting and doing all these different things. And it's really nuts because, like, I've seen a lot of people talking about how, oh my god, this game has so many fucking systems in it. It's insane.
There's a lot.
There's a lot going on system-wise, and whichever, like, groove you choose to pick, whichever style you want to go with, whatever fuse is the official word, there's a lot to dive into, like, what makes that fuse good and how best to use it. But the idea that no matter what's going on, you're kind of still just playing this basic game of like, yeah, I'm trying to touch you 3 times, right? Mm-hmm. Tag, you're it. That's kind of what the game is, no matter what is going on, no matter who's on screen, no matter how complicated or whatever. I'm just trying to touch you 3 times and do like a combo and take you out. Makes it just go quickly and it feel like a lot of fun, man. So
I think they've done something really incredible because there's people like me. I play Street Fighter. I play Guilty Gear. I play, all sorts of fighting games. I've never been good at tag games, ever. I've never really gotten into Marvel. I dabbled in DBFZ, right? And Juggernaut in the old alpha test was just like really bad. It was just like there's nothing they can give the old Juggernaut to make up for the fact that it's losing out on assists for attack and defense, right? So here we have, okay, well, Juggernaut has like 30% more life. It has an X Factor style comeback / damage thing at the beginning of every fucking round. It starts with a full bar of every meter. You can 80% someone off your first jab at the beginning of the round. I'm like, okay, I've been playing Juggernaut because I don't know how tags work, and I'm getting to learn the character that I'm playing, which is Blitzcrank.
Oh, you're playing Juggernaut.
I'm playing nearly exclusively Juggernaut.
Okay.
And there's tons of situations where like I wish I had an assist here so I can see it, right? I'm like, I wish I had an assist here, but I'm able to do so much motherfucking damage, and I can learn my combo routes and like the core of my character's kit that I feel very comfortable. 2 days ago, I started messing around with the new Fuse sidekick.
Yeah.
Which is just Juggernaut light. It's still just one character, but you do get tags. You can tag.
Assists, not tags. Assists.
Right, you do get assists, which is really useful. But you don't start the round with Fury Break, and you don't have quite as much health. So I'm a little weaker, but now I'm covering with assist.
So the health values on Juggernaut and side kick are the same. You do get the buff life, and you do get the buff damage. Okay. There is a secondary feature, which is damage softening, which your partner, if you're playing with another human being, can soften your damage or so. But yes, that allows you to play Juggernaut while getting to start using the striker.
And you
system,
can't level 1 into your level 3. You can only level 1 into your partner's level 1.
Right.
But that gets you thinking about what level 1s from your guy actually link up and fuse and work correctly with the level 1s of the other guy.
And it lets you pick 2 characters and then switch between rounds if you want to switch to the other.
I want to play Braum this round.
Yeah, you can pull them in off the back line.
I'll have Blitzcrank on sidekick, and then you have the other 3 fuses, which are you know
double assist, double tag, double down.
Whatever.
Yeah. So the other thing you got too with Juggernaut is the ability to snap back, right? Which is also a fucking tremendous thing in games like this, because you force the character you're fighting out of the game and then force their partner in, and whatever life they had that was healing, they lose all that. They're forced to come back in and lose all the gray life that was going to heal up. So really nice.
Like, I've happy birthdayed people, and then like a happy birthday, like the tag damage, like I got like 40% off them, but it's all gray. It's all gray unless I hit them with the snapback, at which point I've done 40% to both. I've done 80%.
No, I think this is a much better thought out and executed version of what Skullgirls was doing, which Skullgirls introduced the idea of letting you pick 1, 2, or 3 characters, having a big solo or multiple assists, and essentially
ratio 4 Sagat. Let's go.
Right. But in this case, the incentives are like really tweaked against each other, where like you're not just having the number of characters, the systems are also making up for it. Because the ability for you to take a character, rush up to somebody, do a combo and get it blocked, and then call in an assist to make what you just did safe is huge.
Really strong.
It's really strong. So when you can't do that, you need something to make up for it, Yeah,
no, the something I'm going to use to make up for it is to play neutral a little bit better, because the opponent is scared of me because I can touch of death them if I have 2 bars of meter, which I started with.
Yeah. Something else that's really fun about the character designs here too, I would say Blitzcrank represents a new style of character that has like all the things a grappler ought to have, which is your pressure tool for zoners, your big scary command grab, your big scary command super. But he's got something that is like really interesting that you don't see in a lot of old character designs, which is moves that serve more than one function depending on holding the button down. Right? So he's got that rocket punch, but if you hold it, it charges up his steam mechanic, and they're both the same input, the same button.
And he's got a rocket punch that pushes you really, really, really far out that combos into the grab. So you can either push them out and then pull them back in for a mix-up, or push them out and make them think you're going for mix-up, but just whir up like 60% of your steam.
Yeah. Or is Zangief's running bear grab? And it's like, what if it was spinning pile driver up close, but if you held it down, he just walked forward and did the other one, you know? Like, you just universalize that because that's effectively how you're using it, you know? You put that all on his S2 button and such. So they made, like, a grappler have all the different utilities a grappler would have by just, like, adding secondary uses to each of these moves depending on how you hold the button down, you know?
I gotta tell you, man. It's nice to have Hakan back.
Yeah, you're like oiling up and grabbing people.
Well, because getting Blitz's charge of electricity has an it's like an unmentioned buff where his dash is like 3 times as fast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like he becomes like a way faster character with the electricity.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
And even if his grab is blocked when it's electrified, you're super plus. So like you're gonna beat them out with like a medium.
He's
try and hit a button.
He's also a grappler that has
Dalsim's arms. Yeah.
His Dalsim's arms and the anti-air grabs and stuff like that. But then he's also just got a big fill the screen with a big electric orb. Like, fuck whatever's happening right now. You know, like pop off like super.
Yeah, he's amazing. So dude, his bread and butter, which is like light, medium, heavy, you know, launcher, light, medium, heavy into like, you know, the grab into you know, super 1. So he feels like he was built alongside the new Juggernaut because his super 2 gains extra damage from the steam he gets from super 1. So when you link those two, that basic ass bread and butter without even using Fury does like 70%.
Self-amplifies. You're giving yourself steam with the super. Yeah. It also feels like, just in terms of the 2v2 teams and the tag mechanic stuff, he's an incredible partner because he's Spencer.
He might be the best assist in the game.
Yeah, he's Spencer from Marvel 3, right? He can grapple you from the air, and in a lot of combos cases, the combo ends, and then you pop them up off the ground. He grabs them back to standing in front of you, and you just continue it. You know,
even on a block string, if you're gonna push them out, he can just pull them right back in for more block string, which is good because there's a lot of chip damage in this game.
Yeah. So no, it is like, you know, it is like nuts to kind of see like, okay, he's got all these abilities and stuff, but then I'm like learning how to deal. There's a couple things you gotta react to, and you know, gaps in the pressure you gotta blow up, and if people get predictable with the get over here, you know, or the rocket punch and stuff, you got to parry on your side. Parrying is interesting, of course, because it's like it costs you
Parrying
a fucking.
In this game is really weird and really interesting.
It costs you a super to call someone out.
No, it doesn't. So the parry in this game, you know, you put up your hand and you block anything, and the enemy that gets parried is like fully like vulnerable for like, I don't know, like 2 full seconds. Like you can do anything you want. And when you use the parry, it uses up a full bar of super meter. And if you succeed in the parry, it gives you that full bar back. And then so it's all victory.
Yes.
It's like all plus for you if you get it.
Yeah, just don't fuck up. You know,
like, you know, I was playing against like somebody who was playing as Vi, and Vi pushed me into the corner and started her infinite block string, and then she jumps up to do the dunk, and I parry it.
No,
and then it's time for her to die.
Yeah. So there is something that okay. So in there's moves in fighting games where the longer an animation is for a move, the more time both players have to recognize what's going on, and thus the easier it is to confirm what to do next, right, as a player. Part of the reason why tagging in this game is so great is because when you switch from one character to the other, that little moment pauses for just a fraction of a
There's
second.
a little green flash.
And both players go, what's going on? Right? You take a second to take the state of the screen in and go, okay, here's what I'm going to switch to next, right? And you get better at like that. It becomes Pavlovian, where you hear that little clap and then you go, stop.
And switch directions.
What's going on? This way now. Yeah, exactly. So when you see a character that has a move like Vi, for example, has ora 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 ora, right? Or you have
I parry that all the time.
Yeah, or whatchamacallit, the Echo.
The second hit off Darius's like axe move.
Right, 1, 2, right? If Ilaoi does her Rekka, her boom, 1, 2, 3. Echo goes, take a break, and he goes he hits you from the left, and then from the right. There's all these moves where there's like a big startup to like a big obvious thing, and then the last hit is really emphasized because it wants you to be like clear about no. That third hit, you should parry the fuck out of them and take that take the offense for yourself. And the
other thing about having time to actually recognize the parry has a really distinct high-pitched noise. It has like a flash. The screen goes dark. The characters go, ooh. It takes like 2 full seconds. You have all the time in the world to go, I parried them. Time to get ready to kill them.
Yeah, I think every character has a big multi-hitting move that has a very parryable thing at the end of it. It feels like there's a lot of characters have, just about everybody really, if you think like, the lariat and all that stuff. So, there's a safe place to put it in there, unless they either don't complete it or tag to their partner beforehand, or, then you start getting layered with it. But, and there's a safe way to start being a little less afraid about spending a bar on a parry, so that's really well done. We've talked about the ability to walk around lobbies and just spectate people's games, which is
lobbies are cool.
Fantastic. That's great stuff too. Yeah.
I have a big complaint about the game that is getting fixed in 2 days.
What's going
on? So the game is using some kind of hidden matchmaking even for player matches. Because I'm getting a lot of even matches lately.
Yeah, it pushes rooms, I think, where you end up with people of similar skill.
Somewhat similar.
But you also
within a range.
But what's new in this version is also, if there's no one in the room that is available, people from another room will appear as ghosts that you can match up with.
The game needs ranked really, 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 really bad, because even within that range of public matches, there is some highs and fucking lows. I'm getting like 5 matches that are like, oh yeah, I could have had that, or oh, they were close. And then just people that I'm like, I actually got fucking double perfected yesterday in a tag game. That's fucking crazy. That's nuts.
So let me point something out though. I have seen that and felt that, and I've done long sets with people who have done that to me. And what I realize is they have what appears to be an airtight offense, and there's something else in their ability that's lacking, right? Usually you'll see that's a front that looks really impenetrable, but behind it is a cardboard fucking facade, and you just got
their offense is airtight though.
Yeah. So once you crack behind it just a little bit, and you'll be like, that's why you're in my lobby. There's a reason why you're here and not somewhere else, and this is what it is. But you got to find that little spot, If the only game plan is this one thing that works on a whole lot of people, if they never get a chance at playing, and then you dismantle it and they got nothing else, you see that. But
I really cannot overstate how much more fun I am having with 2XKO in a version of the game that includes a cool grappler and a boxer and Ilaoi. Like I liked Ilaoi and Darius. Right? If none of the other characters, I would play them, but I don't love Ilaoi and Darius. Right? I like them. I like Ilaoi's assists like a lot. Right? Now they have a grappler, and they're gonna put Teemo in, and I will be thrilled and happy. And now I have things that I'm actually really, really interested about the game. Like, I'm super interested in what the fuck they're going to do with Teemo. I also realize that if you play League of Legends, that me saying, wow, I really like Blitz and Ilaoi and Darius and Teemo, it's yes, Pat is top heavy. Top all day.
You're a particular kind of League player. Yeah. So you're playing Juggernaut Blitz, and I guess, you know, as you dabble with Sidekick, you can just start to use this assist system. I'm guessing when Teemo's out, you're going to want to have Teemo running on a tag setup as well.
Let's see what Teemo does.
Okay. Because
Blitz is really interesting, for example, because Blitz is a character that I'm like, if I would play, let's say I wanted to play Vi, I don't need to have Blitz on a tag. I just need Blitz's fucking godlike assist. Like, Blitz is absolutely unbelievable fucking assist. Teemo is going to have an assist that is a projectile, like Vi. Sorry, not Vi, like Jinx. And Teemo is going to place a mushroom. That's going to be his 2 assists. One is going to be really useful for continuing combos, and the other is going to be for fucking insane Oki and just be the most nightmare shit. He'll be like a lot like Jinx's assists currently.
Yeah, okay, like zone support. Also, I was gonna say too is that, like, the whole thing with like tagging is tricky for new players to get their head around, and it's just like a lot going on. It's a whole mechanic to learn. There's a spectrum here, because if you're like, you start with Juggernaut and then you're like, okay, we can do Sidekick a little bit to get a bit more used to occasionally jumping in with another character, but I don't have to switch to them or anything. I would say that, like, my comfort level is generally Double Down, where I'm like,
well, Double Down's the best one.
It's fantastic. I love going.
It's like, I don't even use it, and I can tell you right now, it's obviously the best one. It allows you to swap out your characters during combos for safety. It allows you to. I didn't realize this until Rooflemonger explained it to me. You can do the super and then tag back into your first character if they're still on the screen.
Yes, you could do a move, do a super, and then have the other character on screen, and then if they're still on, it lets you do that.
That's fucking weird.
Now here's the thing: you can once you go above that, you get into freestyle and 2 times assist.
I'm never gonna pick that shit.
But if you're completely comfortable in the chaos, where you are not at all having a hard time with too much going on screen, and you can just see it.
Listen, I play Morrigan, and I want to play Morrigan super as a character.
Yes, people like that are playing freestyle and loving it and doing insane shit that are just like, my brain is having a hard time keeping up. I'm getting super opened up, right? So, like, the more you're able to, like, be calm in the chaos, the higher angle, the higher level of, like, fuse you can pick. And some of that shit is disgusting. You're getting hit every single time with the left, and, 2 assists. You switch to somebody, try for something, and then switch back, and so on. It's crazy how much you can do there. But
I'm just sitting here thinking, just how fucking annoying Teemo is going to be. So Teemo's gonna have a poison mechanic. He's gonna be Aki, right? Where you take poison damage over time. This game has really long block strings.
Not Dragon Ball bad, but there's pressure, and I mean,
well, I'm just thinking like Teemo and Vi, where poison him up with the assist, and then just pressure him.
Well, so this is where also, if you have a partner, you can do a push block and get them off of you, or you can do retreating guard to get out of it too. So
actually, you can do push block with Juggernaut as well.
Okay, but it costs.
It just uses the tag timer.
Oh, okay, great.
And now I'm just thinking about Teemo and Darius, where it's bleed on chip plus poison, or
stacked.
Or I think. Do you want to just? I'm foreseeing a Sajam video with Sajam making a silly face, and it's Teemo and Jinx. And it's just like the "you should kill yourself" team. Just congratulations, you've recreated Arakune in a tag game.
Man, what the hell is this game doing? Oh, so you a Sajam fan now? Yeah. I was gonna say though that with the whole crazy switching 2x assist and freestyle thing, because most combos are doing what I mentioned, where you're doing like almost half damage with a very basic simple combo, and you're kind of touching the character 3 times. What becomes a lot more important is a reset. You know, it's before I end that combo, I actually I stopped the combo when I did something new, and you didn't even see it coming, and now you're getting started. We started from scratch again, right?
Or I'm gonna let you out of the combo in the hopes that you flail your way out,
Or do something stupid,
and do something stupid or ill-advised,
right? And so that, because resets get more important, that's where freestyle becomes huge. Because in the middle of this, whatever's going on, I'm gonna mix you up and like let you hang yourself to dry and then fuck you up and like it's not a touch of death, but it might as well be, because there's one moment in here that you need to see in order to stop yourself from getting comboed twice, but good luck seeing it. I saw Sonic Fox posting some disgusting, I can't even see what's happening behind the tentacles and the echo like rewinds going, like it was just, I'm like, what is happening on screen right now type shit. And that's what I think is going to be important a bit later into the game, So yeah, no, that's very fun. All in all,
by the way, I want to say I think that every character getting a status effect that's unique to them, or a bar that's unique to them, is super cool. I think the fact that Darius applies bleed, and Braum and Jinx and Blitzcrank all have their own meters, like that's, and Ari even has a little bit with her the way her fireballs work. I think that's awesome. I also think that Blitzcrank is by far the best translation from League.
In terms of faithful to the kid.
He is so he is so perfectly translated from like the things that Blitz does in League to the things he does here, because he has his rocket grab, right? But his other, I think it's his W, is overdrive, which is you're faster. So they combine mana barrier with his over to make a version that's like, he has a hit of like that little that orb that appears on him when he's electrified doing the command grab. That's the mana barrier.
Okay, it's armor, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something right before that about shit. What did you say?
The status effects.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that Guilty Gear and BlazBlue both did really well at like making every character have their own kind of bar or system thing going on, feeling really unique. Like that's something that they got pretty good at. But like, yeah, it is nice to see. It's always fun to see characters have their own like subsystem in that way. Although, I'll say like side-eyeing Tekken a little bit that it's like, even when it's unnecessary, because everyone in that DLC has like some sort of install or like point-based thing that other base characters don't have, and it's kind of like, Tekken doesn't seem like the game where you really need that. But in any case,
and like right now, it's like, Teemo's next, so he'll have a poison mechanic, right? He'll have the poison tick status, and after Teemo comes Zed, and Zed will have a bar that will determine how long his double gets to stay out.
I went back to the initial reveal of the game after the Project L announcement, and it was when they're showing it before the cell shading existed, and they showed footage of Jinx fighting some redhead that could teleport.
So that would be Katarina.
Okay.
So Katarina is definitely coming. She was the basic character that they planned to put in.
Okay.
So the thing with Katarina, I read an interview they did later. People were like, so Katarina was like the first character ever shown. Why is Katarina not going to be in the game at launch? And they discussed that they used Katarina as the test character for every change they made on the game for like 5 years, and turned her into like an unrecognizable, unusable, busted piece of shit.
Okay.
Just like Akuma times a million.
Okay.
and we're like, we have to redo the whole character because there's no way we can even figure out how to debustify her.
Okay, we can't see it anymore.
They turn her into a Mugen character essentially,
Kung Fu Man.
as the prototype test freak.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, fair enough then. Because I saw her on the thing and I was like, oh, you've got another one that, like, I don't know who she is, but I saw her doing some moves and getting hit and stuff. So that's assets already in the bank, you know. Okay. So she's got to come out at some point.
She'll be later. I foresee. I think there's a League of Legends guy named Big Bear. I think his name is Big Bear. Who is the one that put out this massive list of here's the number of letters in the characters' names. Characters 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And he was right about Blitz and he was right about Teemo.
Wow.
So the next character
from
has
data hacking.
No, it wasn't.
No,
he just, I don't know where he got it.
Okay,
but this was a while ago.
Okay.
The next character supposedly only has 3 letters in their name, which really, really, really narrows it down.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Zed. Zed will be the first post-release character. And now that Teemo and Blitz are in, I put Zed in there. It's not gonna be Zach.
Claw Ninja Man. Is that a ninja?
Yeah, he's a ninja. His gimmick is to create a double of himself.
Okay.
Which makes
it's
a fucking tag game.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put 3 fucking characters out on the screen at once? That's going to be a mess. It's not going to be Zach. Blitz and Teemo are going to be the only weird for a while. It's going to be like Blitz, Teemo, Zed, Katarina, Akali.
So,
like it'll a bunch of normies.
One other thing too as well, and now based on the fact that this has happened twice in a row now, and the result has been after a character leaks, a very casual tweet pops up. I'm going to go ahead and say that every one of these characters will be revealed via leak.
Accident.
That is a total intentional leak, right? So a screen, like a community store, a website page, some bullshit will show you a character that's like, what? That wasn't announced, huh? How did that get there? In all lowercase will be replied to. Because, hey, guess what? News travels that way, doesn't it? Right?
Oh, absolutely.
As soon as someone shows up somewhere they're not supposed to, and everyone goes, "What? Did this just leak?" It's like, yes, that is our main means of getting the news out there. So, both characters have been leaked.
So I think that in its current state, 2XKO is absolutely stellar. I'm eagerly anticipating ranked mode with bated breath, so I can actually play against people my exact skill range and learn how to do things that maybe I'm not super comfortable doing. Now it's just, okay, when's final release? Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's not too far away. When's Teemo? And I want an interview with Mr. Cannon where he tells us how many fucking characters a year they're planning to put out. So you're probably, I think that answer has to be 6 or more.
Sean is probably going to be the one who does that. Unconquerable. But we'll see. We'll see what number,
Not before a year. That is too slow.
Have any of the other games, any of the other like Riot games have they ever put out like a big paid content pack that's like not cosmetic but like a story or something like that? Or okay.
It's always been cosmetics.
It's always been cosmetics. Okay. All right.
Like people say League is now 3 or 4 a year. Yeah, League used to be a new guy every 2 weeks. Like that's not feasible for anyone ever anymore. It's MOBAs are now fighting games, right? But like it needs to be 6, dude. This game needs to exist in a state in which the new character came out and you spend a couple weeks learning the new character, and then you enjoy the new character for a month, and then they reveal the new character, and the new character's coming out in 2 weeks. like so that you're in this persistent state of either enjoying the new character or getting excited for the new character.
Yeah, the well, I say it each time, but like the way it's been going with Rivals feels like a decent turnaround time for new stuff showing up. I would say that like because Street Fighter, where it's like, oh hey, Viper's demo is going to be right around the horizon, and Sagat just came out a minute ago, but that only feels that way because we're in the season right now. When the season wraps up, there's a long period of time where there's nothing going on, Yeah. So
and Street Fighter can get away with 4 a year because it started with a roster of like 25. What was it? 24?
It was a lot. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you know that the music into XKO is Casey Edwards?
I did not, but it's good. I like it.
Yeah. Fucking, I went to their profile and saw that on the credits and I was like, what? Let's go, Casey.
Okay, it's 18 for Street Fighter 6's original roster. So like, I don't want to hear at the launch of this game that in 2 years they're going to catch up to the initial roster of Street Fighter 6.
Right.
That's too long.
Right.
It's too long. Also,
yes.
I maintain that there is a list of characters I could give you that if they come out for this game, the game sucks.
Of course, we can go back to this every time. But yeah.
Garen or Master Yi
sure. Yes.
Get in there. This game sucks.
Say the line, Bart. Yeah, that's the deal. I want to also we'll jump back over in a second to your week because I know you've got more. Just wanted to quickly point out this weekend UMAD is happening, and
good old UMAD.
I will not be there. However, my stream will be. So the Woolie.
How does that work?
Basically, WoolieVersus will be going live, and they'll be running the tournament off of my stream, channel. So, you can tune in for some fighting game stuff popping up over there.
So you're not mad.
I'm not mad, but the community perhaps will be. And I'll see if Reggie is heading down to play. I'm assuming he is. He's probably going to be there doing commentary as well. So. That will be popping up this weekend, so do not be surprised when you see that notification.